Hello. And today, well, as many of you have probably heard, um I meant to upload this before Daily Deltarune News and Sibbles and everyone else dropped it. But basically, I'm making this video now, and I'll just be taking a look at the new or at the new newsletter, and reacting to it, I guess. Newsletter archive. Here we go. It's summer. Can summer be over yet? Okay, I'm just like checking for hidden stuff. Just because there's like always hidden stuff. Chapter 5 released. Oh, okay. Link back to the site. Around a month ago, Deltarune Chapter 5 released. Did you notice? I am pleased with the response to Chapter 5. Many friends told me that they loved it, and some people even cried a bit. Everyone's experience may vary, but if the game resonated deeply with a few players, I feel confident I'm moving in the right direction. Now that it's been a bit, I have a lot of info and concept art about Chapter 5 to share, so please check it out. Okay, so nothing else specific. Um, oh, here. Okay. Chapter 5 thoughts. Only sun changes, or full hue shift. Temi art from 2019. That's wild. Let's talk about Chapter 5. Before its release, I described Chapter 5 as a fun chapter. Hopefully everyone understands what I meant by that, which is that it is fun. Anyway, there aren't any more chapters where we focus on goofy, attention-hungry Darkener characters. No! With the potential to win weird popularity contests. But thinking about the structure of the story, I think it was the perfect spot to do it one more time. Even though it's only been 4 chapters since chapter 1, I wanted chapter 5 to feel like a mix of nostalgic fun mixed with new unforeseen concepts. Music from Chapter 1 of Deltarune, characters that reference concepts from Undertale, etc. As for the new elements, this time we added a platforming system where you can jump around, attack, and act. Development started in October 2021. Holy shit! With on and off programming by OndiDev, creator of games such as Trey Bashers, or Trez Bash, something. I don't know that game anyway. Eventually, towards the end of Chapter 4, other members of the team were then able to take Ondi's prototype and develop it further. Early platforming example. Oh my gosh, this is actually really cool. They already had this like pretty much. I feel like this extra like attack speed would have been really useful. This would have been really nice to have. Look at this, Chris moves so fast. Okay. As usual, we created tons and tons of prototypes. There were a few design challenges with the platforming game. I feel quite happy about its implementation in the final game, but here are some things we had to be concerned about. We prototyped a platforming enemy for each flower color, but not all were used. Oh my gosh, wait, that's so cute. Okay, so we have Aqua here throwing knives. Blue is just clouds shooting these little balls. Wait, no. Yellow shoot. Yellow shoots the balls. Orange has little mice. Green has like turrets. Wow, there's quite a lot. Yeah, blue is just clouds. I don't know what this is. Is that supposed to be pink? Pink isn't like normally in the chapter or in the rest of it. Anyway, this is really interesting. Okay, I'm gonna just check for any hidden stuff. This is an RPG game with a focus on character interaction. If the game turns completely into an action platformer, it carries the risk of making the player feel like, why am I playing a fuck off? Oh my gosh, he referenced Hollow Knight. Why am I playing a fucking knockoff of Hollow Knight instead of feeling like they're playing Deltarune? In order to inject some unique character-based elements to the gameplay, the Act system was developed in October 2024. A large amount of acts were considered for each character, but ultimately we found it most intuitive to just have Hanging with Ralsei and Rudebuster with Susie. Another important Deltaruneism was adding lots of stupid optional dialogue for doing different things in the platforming mode. Yeah, for real. Um, as well as having a couple RPG encounters accessible during that mode. This kept the mood from drifting too far from the main game. Oh yeah, like the She on the bridge. Bro, um, those are actually a concern for the no-hit. Another thing we had to keep in mind was that this could be someone's first experience playing a platforming game. A terrifying thought, but technically possible. Nothing in the game has demanded any platforming skills before this, so we kept the actual jumping challenges rather simple. On the other hand, it was way too fun to make difficult challenges, so we tried to include a couple of those in optional areas. Oh yeah, like doing that last room without Susie or Ralsei and all those coyote frame rooms. We prototyped various puzzle concepts where you had to swap between gameplay styles, but most of them ended up a little too clunky and hard to understand. Oh shit, this is actually cool. Wait, that's actually really cool. Okay. Besides the platforming, another general challenge was writing a chapter that introduces 8 different characters to the main story without destroying the pacing. Yeah, for real, that, like, a lot of people were saying it was a little too fast anyway, but, yeah. However, putting aside how good an idea that is in the first place, I feel like I managed to pull this off fairly well. Definitely did, showing off all the individual qualities of the different flowers without dragging the story down. Among my friends, everyone had a different favorite flower, and every flower was someone's favorite. So that's all I can hope for. Art from 2020. It's the sprout. It's immobile. Ew. What the heck? Beta flowery, ah. 10 years ago, everyone was misspelling Flowey as flowery. That's amazing! Wouldn't it be funny if there was another Golden Flower character actually named Flowery? Then everyone can misspell his name as Flowey too. The Golden character, Gold, was able to become his own Mary Sue character in the form of Flowery. He's trying to be perfect, but he doesn't know anything about what it's like to really live. His interpretation of the ideal man is totally alien and over the top. He looks like a generic anime guy and is far taller than a normal human. It's probable he chose his own theme song and plays it himself somehow. Which, by the way, is basically a crappy misremembered version of only 8 seconds of the Full House theme song. And he must think this is awesome. That's awesome. You can think of the other characters in a similar fashion. Their designs may be strange, but that's because they had to decide what they wanted for themselves. I wonder what inspired each of their dreams? It's not really important, to be honest, but it's fun to think about. Hopefully none of this comes across as new information. I'm simply pointing out what was in the game. By the way, here's some concept art. Amazing. And a link. Oh, it's just X. Okay. Oh, shoot. Wait. Hidden? Anything? Okay. He has different. Eh? Oh, okay. He has different appearances in different situations. I like when characters have an inconsistent design like this, especially for a character like him. Maybe the inconsistency is his fault. Chaboner. Chaboner. Other flowers. Here's some concept art of the other flower. Why the fuck does Aqua have fingernails? What the hell? Alternate hair. Okay. Fine. Final design. Flowers on back of body on dress. Oh, it's just like on the back. Oh, they all have flowers on their designs in the beta version. So Flowery had it like around his face. This little thing around old Seth was the flower. I didn't have any trouble drawing her. She's obviously inspired by Toho. By the way, the other day I talked to someone and they didn't know what Toho was, so I was like, Bad Apple? They were like, huh, I thought that was a Hatsune Miku thing. What the hell? Bro. Bro. Seth, no. The character Seth is inspired by the character named Seth from Illusion of Gaia. They are both purple and wear glasses. But they don't have any other similarities beyond that. Originally, Seth's first concept had white hair and skin that was a bit more lavender in tone. But when I showed my friends, they said, that's just, from Steven Universe. So I changed it. I feel like there's something here. No? I might be a little bit paranoid. Oh, battle pose. It's great. W drawings. Green's appearance is inspired by the art style of my friend Splendidland, who designed Hacker, Ambulance, and a couple other great guys. She didn't even know about this character until the game came out, though. Orange. It was hard to express the joy of her expression in such a small sprite. Look at her. Anyway, it was important to... Classic Toby typo. I can't read, I'm an Undertale fan. Anyway, it was important to have one of the characters be a mouse, to make it absurdly obvious how distorted their idea of humanity was. They did that pretty well. Yellow, he had two designs. In the earlier one from October 2016, he had more of a beard and was a cool collected guy. Then I redrew him later in January 2020. He takes some inspiration from Woody. Friend inside me? Friend inside me? I think that's kind of the full extent of the intentional cowboy foresight. Fuck you, Toby. Fuck you. Hey, there's Blue. In the game, he has a different hairstyle during his face spray. I thought it would be fun to provide multiple possibilities for what he looks like. I had two guest artists on this chapter to design enemies. No, I'll actually design 4 enemies for this chapter. Only 2 of them were used in chapter 5 anyway. What? What? When are we... Oh my god, dude. We might get the Pot Archer and the Mantis Dancer later. That's peak. I watched a video earlier where someone actually had found some old attacks and stuff and like recreated these enemies to the best of their ability. It's actually really good. Hitoshi Ariga is a Japanese artist who's most well known for drawing the manga Pokemon or the manga Rockman Megamix and designing a number of Pokemon, including Sneasler, Fluttermane, and Ogerpon. Those are like my least those I don't like how those Pokemon are designed. Wow. However, did you know he also Illusion of Gaia? Oh yeah. Okay. I guess if this per I guess if the artist who drew those Pokemon were to draw a Deltarune Chapter 5 enemy, I'd probably guess this one. Garden of Hopes and Dreams, Carlos Ain. Uh, how I don't know. Oh my gosh, he was a kid when he did this? Wow. Yep, okay. Rakiuchi Buster, whatever, however you say. I'm not good at pronouncing things, okay? Camellia. Yo! Okay. Ba-bum-bum, ba-na-na-na-na-bum, ba-ba-bum-bum, ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-ba-bum-bum, ba-da-da-ba-da-bum. Well, fuck it. That's well, screw Third Sanctuary. I'm making this my new ringtone. Damn. Amazing. Flower Man, Piano Allen. Nice. Okay. Right. She sang the logo and did I Think I'm in Love. That's amazing. Great song. Great logo, I guess. Yo, guest artist. Yeah, honestly, Peak Sprites, bro. Peak Sprites. But then they got pixelated. Okay, thanks. Rip. Okay, thanks. Nothing else? Seriously? Bro. Okay. What's next? Chapter 5 was a really fun chapter, and with that last big burst of craziness out of the way, I'm sure everyone is eager for Deltarune to start directly tackling the main mysteries of the game. Me too. With Chapter 5, we completed the last of the necessary setup for Chapter 6 and 7. Gen Alpha rejoiced, or something, I don't know. From Chapter 6 onward, there are no more wacky, silly adventures, and you will begin to see the results of the setup that has been made so far. Fuck yeah, Gaster, Meat Factory, Roaring, everything else. Wait, does that mean, like, Holiday House might be out the window? Because, yeah, I don't know, we might not get a Holiday House Dark World, because, like, they're not gonna follow the same theme. Chapter 6 is a shorter, straightforward chapter that focuses on one aspect of the story. Friend! Or roaring or something. Because of that, many things are still not touched on here. In fact, it may surprise you what was missing. But one thing will be clarified whether you're ready or not. Guys, Gaster in Chapter 6. Pirate Gaster in Chapter 6. They've kidnapped all of Deltarune and stolen Undertale. Some of you may say, wait, you need to make the chapters longer, not shorter. That's an extremely reasonable concern, but by the time of Chapter 7, I'm 100% sure you'll understand why I feel confident about the way I'm telling this story. Don't worry about the pacing until it's over. I believe we will be able to release Chapter 6 in 2027. Fuck yeah! And it's by itself, okay. Recently, I finished writing a few more sequences towards the last third of Chapter 6, and rearranging the room. Oh, thank fuck, it's not like Chapter 5 where it's like split into 4. Okay, it's in thirds. and you finished a couple sequences, rearranging the rooms to fit the new structure. Once we make those adjustments and tie everything together, we will be able to play rough draft of the chapter from beginning to end. Barring any major restructuring, the main things that will continue to need development time are the boss of the chapter and polishing cutscenes. Speculation, theories. Yo, Pluie. Personally, I really don't read or watch series. That's because I already know what my game is. However, I think it's amazing that people think about the game so much. It's not an exaggeration to say that thinking about this game can be just as much of the experience as playing it is. Honestly, more, because, like, bro, the fandom is not a prison. It is a beautiful garden. Anyone who keeps thinking about it, like I have, gets my highest blessing. So imagining what could happen and trying to think about the meaning of the game is very cool. However, I do think it's important to mention, sometimes you don't have all the information, or I had a different expectation about how certain info would be interpreted or combined. Does that Chat, is this just Toby saying all your theories are wrong? Goodbye. We got an actual version of that. Anyway, while I think it's good to keep an open mind as to what will ultimately happen. God, I can't read. I want to say that you guys should keep having as much fun as you can. The speculative art, stories, and theories that you'll come up while the game is still ongoing will forever be special because this is the only time such things can ever be created. I know, right? There's so much peak stuff going. All of you are creating a time capsule unique to this single fleeting moment in time. Everyone leave a comment. I was here for Pirate Gaster. And we will always be together. All of and I think that's something to be incredibly proud of. Isn't it great that you're here right now playing this thing as it comes out? What's Sharona? Fuck, we needed to know this. When I was younger, my older sibling would say stupid anime-style made-up move names and then pretend to attack me. One was, "It's my Girona." A couple other phrases are also references like that, including the other voice clip, Blingo Blizzard. I remember that. Yeah, I saw that. My sibling encouraged me to add, "It's my hummingbird" as another quote to the game, but I haven't done that yet. Will I ever? What's Kiki? Kiki is Toby's cat. What? Oh, yeah. Kiki is my cat that won't shut up. She gets incredibly noisy every second you don't play with her. She watched her she watched her room on TV and didn't understand it was her. Oh my god. She's like if a cat's brain was put into a cat's I mean yeah, okay. The song in the room is the song that I sing to her every day because I love her. You know what? Screw it. It's not fan service for you, but it's a Kiki service for her, even though she doesn't like it. She's bothering me right now. New merch? Fangamer has released new merchandise for Chapter 5. More items are planned, as well as some items for previous chapters too, like a Queen plush or something. By the way, I told Fangamer not to expect to make too much merchandise for Chapter 6 and 7. No, I needed my Gaster friend inside me, Crystal amalgamation plushie. Anything else? I desire and enjoy the corn. Happy summer and enjoy the corn. Aw, shucks, said for corn reasons. Anyway, that seems to be it. Um, yeah, everyone have a nice day, and I'll see you later. Feel free to stop watching the video now. No, like actually, I'm not doing shit. Uh, yeah, just like stop watching. There's no more video. Alright, time to keep going on with attempts. Okay, what file did I put this in? First, right? Yeah. Alright, got pacifist. Water and vinegar. Don't need to watch church. Hell yeah! Wait a sec. 26. How much money? $2,000. I'll just put 2,500. Go get Lancer EP. It's lamping time, said Lampy the lamp. Can't believe I'm getting hit by this, bro. Bro, I blocked that. Oh my god, dude. How do I have another wide room? Do I have the mantle? Oh, I do. Wrong fuck. Wrong save. It's probably this one. I didn't get the mantle, so it will probably have less time. Ah, dang it. Wrong button. Heaven knows the sun for someone. Cares that save us, heaven knows the beauty of the soul. To the majesty, and forget the tale of Delta Road. Maybe I should learn that song. Like, just actually remember it. Oh, oh fuck.